Hey guys, ARMY, and everyone watching this right now. If you've been following BTS even a little bit lately, you already know something about this moment just feels different. Because just when things started to calm down after that explosive Japan concert, Jimin is already back in Korea. And not in a quiet return and disappear kind of way, but in a way that instantly sparked questions, excitement, and honestly, a little bit of chaos across the fandom. Because let's be real here, whenever Jimin moves, it's never just a simple movement. There's always something behind it. Always something fans try to piece together. And this time, it feels even more intense, because the timing is just too interesting to ignore. He finishes the concert in Japan with BTS, gives everything on stage like he always does, and then instead of slowing down or taking a long break in public sight, he's suddenly spotted heading straight back to Korea. No long pause. No visible downtime. Just movement. Quiet, but sharp. And of course, the moment that happened, fans started talking. Because if you're ARMY, you know this pattern already. When things happen quietly around BTS members, especially someone like Jimin, it usually means one thing. Something is being prepared. Something is already in motion behind the scenes. And right now, that's exactly what everyone is trying to figure out. What makes this even more interesting is the energy around BTS right now. The group is in this huge post-comeback momentum era. Everything feels like it's building towards something bigger. And Jimin, in particular, has been at the center of so much attention recently. His performances, his presence on stage, even the smallest appearances, all of it gets amplified by fans because people can feel that he's in a very active creative phase. So when news started spreading that Jimin had already returned to Korea right after the Japan concert, fans didn't just say, "Oh, he's back." No, they started asking the real question, why so fast? And that question is where everything begins to spiral. Because soon after, reports and fan observations started suggesting that Jimin might not just be resting. He might actually be heading into another schedule. Something important. Something private. Something that hasn't been fully revealed yet. Now let's be careful here. Nothing official has been fully confirmed by the company. But the timing, the movement, and the pattern, all of it has fans connecting dots in real time. And you know how ARMY is. They notice everything. Some fans are saying this could be related to new music preparations. Others believe it could be fashion-related activities, since Jimin has been heavily involved in global brand work lately. And then there are the ones who think this might be connected to BTS's next big phase after the Japan concerts. Maybe planning, maybe production meetings, maybe even secret rehearsals. And honestly, none of these theories feel impossible. Because Jimin is at that point in his career where every move can belong to multiple worlds at the same time. Music, performance, fashion, global projects, everything overlaps. But what really keeps people glued to this story isn't just the possibility of a project. It's the feeling behind it. The emotional tension that comes with seeing him go from a massive stadium stage in Japan straight back into something unknown in Korea. It creates this contrast that fans can't ignore. Because think about it, just days ago, he was on stage in front of thousands. Lights, screams, energy, perfection. And now, he's back in a quieter space. No stage, no crowd, just movement behind the curtain again. That shift alone makes people curious. What kind of work pulls someone like Jimin back in so quickly? And if you've been part of this fandom long enough, you already know. Jimin doesn't operate on randomness. His decisions, his timing, even his silence between public appearances, they often mean something is being built carefully in the background. That's why fans aren't just watching him. They're analyzing everything. Every airport appearance. Every outfit. Every expression caught on camera. Because in moments like this, even the smallest detail feels like a clue. And speaking of airport, when he arrived back in Korea, the reaction online was instant. Clips started circulating within minutes. People zooming in, slowing down footage, rewatching his walk, his expression, the way he moved through the airport like someone who is focused but calm. Not rushed, not chaotic, just steady. And that calmness is exactly what makes fans even more curious. Because sometimes, the quieter the moment, the louder the speculation becomes. Some fans are saying, he looks like he's heading straight into another schedule. Others are saying, this doesn't feel like just a normal return. And then, of course, there are the emotional reactions. Fans just happy to see him back home safely after such a packed international schedule. Because we shouldn't forget that part either. Behind all the theories, behind all the excitement, there's a real person who just went through a massive concert run, traveling between countries, performing at the highest level, giving energy non-stop. So even a simple return to Korea is actually a big moment of relief. But at the same time, the story doesn't end there. It actually feels like it's just opening. Because what fans are really waiting for now is clarity. Is this return just a short stop before another departure? Is he diving into studio work? Is something being filmed? Is BTS preparing another announcement? And the truth is, the silence around it makes everything louder. That's the power of BTS in moments like this. Even when nothing is officially said, the fandom becomes a space where anticipation builds naturally. People start connecting past patterns, recent interviews, stage hints, even small gestures from members. And suddenly, a simple airport arrival becomes a global talking point. Right now, Jimin is at the center of that conversation again. Not because of controversy, not because of drama, but because of curiosity, timing, and that undeniable feeling that something is coming. And if there's one thing ARMY has learned over the years, it's that when Jimin enters this kind of quiet but active phase, it usually leads somewhere meaningful. Whether it's music, performance, or a new creative direction, there is almost always a reason behind the movement. So now the question becomes, what is it this time? Is it a continuation of BTS's next chapter after Japan? Is it a solo preparation moment hidden inside group schedules? Or is it something completely unexpected that no one has guessed yet? We don't have the answer yet, but that's exactly why everyone is watching so closely. And maybe that's the beauty of it. The uncertainty, the anticipation, the shared feeling across millions of fans trying to figure out the same puzzle at the same time. Because at the end of the day, Jimin doesn't just return to Korea. He returns into a wave of expectations, theories, emotions, and excitement that only he can trigger in this way. And right now, that wave is getting stronger again. So ARMY, I want to hear from you. What do you think is happening behind this sudden return? Do you believe it's a new project? A BTS-related schedule? Or something completely different that we haven't even considered yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this is one of those moments where every theory matters and every detail could be a clue. And if you enjoyed staying updated with stories like this, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because you already know we're going to keep tracking every move, every update, and every possible hint about what's coming next in this era of BTS. Stay tuned, because something tells me this is only the beginning.